Today is a day that will never come again. Make it a great one. Good morning, dear students. Have a good day. Today we are going to study English language. Simple present tense. But before we proceed further, children, do you know what are tenses? Tenses are words that are used to refer time. By using tenses, you can refer either the present, the past, or the future. Tenses are shown by the form of the verbs used, which means tenses indicate whether the time of an action is in the present, in the past, or in the future. And tenses express an action in terms of time. Today we are going to study simple present tense. The simple present tense is used to describe habits, routines, and about actions that are always true. Let us see some examples. New Delhi is a large city. It is a fact. My father reads the newspaper every morning. It is his habit. My mother works in an office. Again, it is a fact. They go for a holiday every summer. It is their routine. The sun rises in the east. It is a natural truth. Now comes to the be forms of the verb in simple present tense. The being verbs am, is, and are forms of the verb be in the simple present tense, which means we use is, am, and are to the be form of the verbs in the simple present tense. Now let's see some examples of the be form. The sun is bright. Here, the sun is a singular subject, so we use is with singular. I am a student. With pronoun I, we always use am. We are in the pool. With plural subject, we use are. Now comes our next topic, how to form simple present tense. I, we, you, they, all plurals, we use root form of the verb. For example, I fly kite on windy days. Let's see the subject. What is a subject here? As I is a subject, with I we use root form of the verb, that is fly. The children go to school by bus. Here the children is a plural subject, and with plural subject we use root form of the verb, that is go. He, she, it, all singulars, we use root form of the verb plus s or es. Now let's see its examples. It rains heavily in Assam. Here the subject is it. So we are going to add s with it and rain becomes rains. My father plays golf on Sundays. Here my father is a singular subject, so we add s to the verb and play becomes plays. While adding s to the singular subject, there are certain things, students, we need to keep in mind. With most verbs, we add s to the root form. For example, stand becomes stands and give becomes gives. Next, verbs ending in consonant plus y, we replace y and then add ies. For example, cry becomes cries and fly becomes flies. As these verbs end with y and we have a consonant before y, so we are going to replace y and then add ies to them. Next, verbs ending in vowel plus y, we simply add s. For example, stay becomes stays and enjoy becomes enjoys. As these verbs are ending with Y, but before Y there is a vowel, so we simply add S to them. Next, verbs ending in S, Z, CH, SH or X. We add ES. For example, watch becomes watches, finish becomes finishes, miss becomes misses. As these verbs end with CH, SH and S, we simply add ES to them. Now let's see some examples. I dash stories every night. And the verb given here is read. So let's see the subject first. As I is a subject here, so we are going to use root form of the verb, and that is read. Next, my mother dash clothes daily. And the verb given here is wash. So let's see the subject first. Here the subject is singular, that is my mother. And the verb is ending with sh. So we are going to add es to it and wash becomes washes. Now let's come to our next topic, that is interrogative sentences in simple present tense. I, we, you, they, all plurals, we use do plus subject plus root form of the verb. That means first we begin the sentence with do, after that we write the subject, then we write the root form of the verb and then continue with the sentence, and in the end we are going to put a question mark. Remember to put question mark at the end of interrogative sentences. Let's see its examples. The children play in the park. Do the children play in the park? You know my address. Let's make it interrogative. Do you know my address? To form these sentences into interrogative, first what we have done, we have written do. After that we have written subject. Then we have written the root form of the verb and then continue with the sentence, and in the end we are going to put a question mark. He, she, it, all singulars, we follow this rule. Does plus subject plus root form of the verb, which means first we write does, after that subject, then root form of the verb and then continue with the sentence, and in the end we are going to put a question mark. Now let's see its examples. Rita gets up early in the morning. Does Rita get up early in the morning? He eats unhealthy food daily. Does he eat unhealthy food daily? So, in both of these sentences, in interrogative form, what we have written first? We have written does, after that the subject, after that we have written root form of the verb, gets become get and eats become eat. Then we have continued with our sentence, and in the end we have put a question mark. Thank you, dear students. I hope you all have understood the chapter well.